Good morning, everybody. My name is Huang, assistant professor at New York University. We're part of a team that developed IoT Inspector. So here's the motivation. So basically, we're living in smart home these days. We're surrounded by smart devices, smart cameras, smart voice assistants, smart TVs, smart toilets, whatnot. And many users living in such situations, they are just concerned, number one, who their devices are talking to, what companies, what countries, are they advertisers, are there malicious parties accessing their camera feeds, their baby monitors. So right now, there aren't very good or many usable tools for users, like Wireshark, PCB dump. So because of this issue, in 2019, we built this tool called IoT Inspector that turns all of these smart devices into dashboards. Graphs, tables, visualizations that tell users basically what's going on behind the scene in the home network with just a few clicks. Basically, users don't have to download anything, don't have to install any special hardware devices, no cables, no browser settings, and then boom, with this software, users can basically see what's going on in their homes. So in the past 3 years, we have about 6,000 users installing and using this particular IoT Inspector. That includes journalists from NPR, Washington Post, who used this tool to basically find out more about smart TV privacy. So that's the current state. And also, we're working with Consumer Reports right now to expand the scope to go beyond 6,400 people to potentially more users, more smart home users from all around the world. So that's the current state of this project, turning smart home devices into graphs, visualizations for users at this point. That's the current state. So 6,000 users. What can we do with this? Well, for users, it's a usable tool. But for researchers, we are building a platform. A platform that basically does two things: what Prolific does and what ImageNet does. So for users, yes, we're going to continue making software better and better. We're going to be providing useful information for them so that users can not only see what's going on in the network, and number two, potentially block what's going on. So that's for users. And at the same time, users, by the way, these are unpaid users, users can contribute anonymous data to us, the researchers. And because we are sitting on this large data set, we can do what Prolific does and what ImageNet does. Right now, we have projects where researchers can use our platform of IoT Inspector deployed from all around the world to run experiments. We've had experiments about building firewall rules. We have experiments about understanding security and privacy concerns in homes. And there are more. And I invite the community to talk to us to potentially run more experiments. For example, we have, I just talked to another person yesterday about user configurations in a smart home. They were basically concerned about how users configure their smart homes, how users configure their smart devices. Is it safe or not? Yes, on the one hand, we could ask users through surveys, but on the other hand, can we complement survey data by basically looking really into their smart home network and at the same time ask them within the IoT Inspector app? So in that way, we have a correspondence between what users says in our app, what users claims as self-reports, versus what actually happens on the home network. So our Prolific will be for smart home users panel, and we'll be able to see what's going on in the home network, what's actually going on versus what they claim to do. So we can establish relationship between, say, for example, their awareness, their concerns, their attitudes, their actions versus what's going on. So that's the sort of Prolific model we're trying to achieve. And then there's the ImageNet model, because what we're doing here is gathering large-scale label data. Label, not just network traffic, but labels. Labels of devices, and also in future, labels of what users are doing with their home network smart devices. For example, users can label, hey, this is me updating my camera, or that is me actually using the camera. So that gives researchers the insight into what otherwise would have been just encrypted traffic, encrypted headers, so that researchers can say that, hey, if camera talks to company X on this domain with Y packets per second, maybe the camera is doing something like that. Or maybe camera is streaming video or something. So anyways, we're building prolific and ImageNet for smart homes. Happy to talk offline about this, and thank you.